Welcome to vNode Automation Quick Start video. We are going to show you how easy and faster is the vNode platform configuration. Remember that vNode is a reliable solution that solves connectivity between industrial devices or applications from plant floor to IT solutions or even cloud systems in just one click. Once we install vNode software in our computer or device, it can be configured through a web interface. Using a web browser from your chosen, you can hit the URL from vNode Automation Software. Type http in this case localhost, because vNode is actually installed in our own computer, and a port number to access. This port number it can be configured through a user interface of vNode Automation platform. Hit enter and you will be prompted to a login window. In this login window, to access you have to use a default user and password. In this case the user will be admin and the password will be vNode in case sensitive. Hit enter and you will be prompted to a configuration panel actually. On the left side of the window you will see that there are some panes. In this case, like real-time, historical, diagnostics, configuration, licensing, and logout. Under diagnostic options, you can see the system status actually. You can see the CPU, RAM, and disk performance from the own system actually. There are some other options to see modules, which modules are running in this case. At a time, we are running the web user interface module. Once we configure another one, it will be showing here. The links option is related to a specific feature of vNode that allows to communicate to other or another vNodes on the network. If you have many sites on your company, you can install vNode in each one, and you can manage them from a central vNode. In here, you can restart the service or the whole service of vNode and export the logs for troubleshooting. The other pane is licensing. Here, you can add or remove license keys for vNode. Once you purchase vNode software, the license will apply under a unit ID from your computer. To validate the license, need to copy that unit ID and send it to support vnodeautomation.com with your purchase code too. After that, we will send back to you a code or license file that reference to your unit ID. Then, hit on Add License File button and paste the code or load the file we sent to you. Hit on Apply or load the file, and after that the software validates your key and keep it permanent. On the configuration option, you can perform what vNode can do regarding functionality and communications. If you can go to the modules pane and click on this button, you can add a new module. Rename this new module with the name you want. I'm gonna type test, and then select the model type that you're going to use. Remember that vNode has too many modules depending on your needs. If you need to connect to any ASCII device, you can select ASCII client, or if you need to export data to in CSV format, also you can use the data exporter. If you need to connect through any OPC server DA or even OPC UA, you can use the OPC UA or OPCDA client. And of course, if you want that vNode behave as an OPC server, you can select any one of the options of here, like OPC UA server or OPC UA. Actually, you can directly connect to Siemens S7 controllers using the Siemens client, and also you can connect to any Modbus devices such as TCP or serial connection using the Modbus client model. There are a lot of models related to communication through the cloud. So what about to connect to a broker on the cloud using the protocol of MQTT actually, and so much more. Um, if we, as an example, can use Modbus client. So once you select the Modbus client model option and hit and save, under models pane, you will be that the new model that I created has been reflecting here. So if I select it, it will say you will see two options, in this case templates and model. We're going to use in this case model. If we hit here, we can define a new channel. In this case, the new channel, it will be referring to the communication through the device, through Modbus device in this case. So I'm going to put like Modbus for the channel. And under Modbus here, I can define which will be the IP address for the Modbus device and the TCP port. In this case, if we are using actually Ethernet connection. If we are using serial connection, remember that we just have to change on type and Modbus mode, so we can perform the new parameters that will be requiring to the communication for serial connection to Modbus devices. Okay. So once I configure this, I can go to the devices. In this case, hit on the bottom and select new device. In this case, the new device calls, I don't know, like PLC. And under the PLC, I can select which will be the Modbus slave ID for the Modbus device in this case, and the offset of the address actually. Okay, I hit and save. Okay, I'm saying yes. It's going to restart. So after that, once we finish making the configuration for our model for Modbus, we need to select which type of information or tags we are going to monitor or look for, okay, under the device. So if we go to the tag panel pane, in this case, you will select a model and you create a new group. This group will be like data group, and under this data group, I can select which tags I'm gonna retrieve from the PLC actually. So I created a new tag and said that this tag will have a name about like temperature, and this temperature, if I hit here again, I can go to source, and on source I can say that the model type, it will be referencing to making reference to a Modbus client, and a model name is the same one that I already created in the past. Okay, test. After that, if you are using the device, remember that we create a device here, Modbus PLC. This is my device actually. If I go again to tags, I can type like Modbus slash PLC. In this case, it will be referencing, making reference to the device that I already created. Okay, the Modbus address, remember that Modbus address, it comes like coils, holding registers, analog inputs. So I'm going to use a holding register for it. Okay. And if I want to log this data, log this tag into MongoDB or Historian that it is native on vNode, I just can select the change from false to true, and the model name that I'm going to, in this case, use for the login data. Okay, so I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna switch. Okay, so after that, hit and save. Remember, you have to save everything that you have done. And if you want to see this data, actually, you can go to the real time. And under real time, if you go data, the group, you will see that the temp tag will be reflecting here. Actually, we got no device actually in this case because it's like a demonstration. But in the future, you will be seeing that we will be publishing a lot of videos related to each of the models and how to configure each one.